to the online session of Power Plant Engineering. In this session, we will discuss the basic of fuel cell. First, what is the fuel cell? Fuel cells are the most energy efficient device for the extracting the power from fuels. They are capable of running on a variety of fuel including the hydrogen, natural gas and biogas. Fuel cell can be provide the clean power for the application ranging from less than a watt to the multiple megawatt. Our transportation including the personal vehicle, truck, buses, marine vessels and other special vehicles such as a lift truck, ground support equipment as well as auxiliary power units. For the traditional transportation technology can be powered by the fuel cell. They can be play a particularly important role in the future by the enabling replacement of the petroleum we currently use in our car truck with the cleaner, lower emission fuel like hydrogen or natural gas. Stationary fuel cell can be used for the backup power. The power for the remote location, distributed power generation and the cogeneration in which the excess heat released during the electricity generation is used for the other application. There can be advantage of the ineffective natural gas and the low carbon fuel like biogas, enabling significant efficiency improvement and the greenhouse gases reduction when compared to the combustion based power generator. Fuel cell can be power almost any portable application that typically uses batteries from handheld devices or to portable generator. Why fuel cell? Fuel cell directly convert the chemical energy in a hydrogen to the electricity with pure water and potentially useful heat as the only byproducts. Hydrogen powered fuel cells are not only pollution free but they can also have a more than 2 times the efficiency of traditional combustion technology. A conventional combustion-based power plant typically generates the electricity at efficiency of 30 to 35%, while the fuel cell system can be generated efficiently 60% and even higher cogeneration. The gasoline engine in today's typical car is less than 20% efficient in converting the chemical energy in the gasoline into the power that moves the vehicle under the normal driving conditions. Fuel cell vehicles which use the electrical motor are much more energy efficient. The fuel cell system can use 60% of the fuel energy corresponding to the more than 50% of reduction in fuel consumption compared to the conventional vehicle with a gasoline internal combustion engine. When using the hydrogen produced from the natural gas, fuel cell vehicles are accepted to have a well-to-wheel greenhouse gases emission less than half that the current gasoline powered vehicle. In addition, fuel cells operate very quietly and have fewer moving parts and are well suited to the variety of the application. Here, excess power produced by the intermediate renewable source like a solar and wind can be stored in the form of hydrogen and either the feedback into the power grid when needed of or used to the power fuel cell electrical vehicle. In this way, fuel cell could be playing an important role by in aiding the development or deployment of the clean renewable power sources. Next, how do fuel cell work? In a single fuel cell consists of an electrolyte sandwich between two electrodes in shown figure, an anode and a cathode. Bipolar plates on the either side of the cell help to distribute gases and serve as a current collector. In a polymer electrolyte membrane fuel cell (PEM) in shown figure, which is widely regarded as the most promising for the light duty transportation. Here hydrogen gas flow through the channel to the anode where a catalyst causes the hydrogen molecule to separate into the proton and electron. The membrane allow only to the proton to pass through it, while the proton are conducted through the membrane to the other side of the cell. The stream of negatively charged electron follow the external circuit of cathode. This flow of electron is electricity that can be used to do work such as a power and electrical motor. On the other side of the cell, air flow through the channel to the cathode. When the electron return from the doing work, they react with the oxygen in the air and proton which have moved to the membrane at the cathode to form water. This union is an extrathermic reaction generating heat that can be used for the outside of the fuel cell. The power produced by a fuel cell depends on several factors, including the fuel cell type, size, temperature at which it operates, pressure at which gas are supplied. A single fuel cell produces roughly 0.5 to 1 volt, barely enough voltage for even the smallest application. To increase the voltage, individual fuel cells are combined in the series to form of a stack. The term is fuel cell is often used to refer the entire stack as well as to the individual cell. Depending on the application, a fuel cell stack may be contain only a few or as many hundred or individual cell layer together. This is the scalability make fuel cell ideal for a wide variety of application from the vehicle like maintain the 50 to 125 kilowatt to laptop computers like maintain the watt in 25 to 50 watt, home appliances like 1 to 5 kilowatt, and the central power generation like the range between 1 to 200 megawatt or more. In the next, we discuss the comparison of fuel cell technology. In a general, all fuel cells have the same basic configuration, an electrolyte and the two electrodes, but there are a different type of fuel cell. Here we take the comparison of the fuel cell technology with the type of fuel, common electrolyte, operating temperature, typical stack size, various application of fuel cell, advantages and some challenges. Our first fuel cell is the polymer electrolyte membrane (PEM). The common electrolyte used here terephthalate acid. The operating temperature is less than 120 degrees Celsius and the typical stack size here between the 1 kilowatt to 100 kilowatt. Here the main application is backup power, portable power, here distributed for the generation of the power, transportation and special vehicle. The main advantage of the PEM is the solid electrolyte reduce the corrosion and the electrolyte management problems. Second advantage is the low temperature and third advantage is the quick startup and the load following. This is the main advantage. And some challenges here. This is expensive catalyst, sensitive to the fuel impurities. Our second polymer is the alkaline, means AFC. Here a common electrolyte, a case of the potassium hydroxide soaked in a porous matrix or the alkaline polymer membrane used as a common electrolyte. Here operating temperature is less than 100 degrees Celsius and typical stack size is between the 1 to 100 kilowatt. The use of the alkaline fuel cell is in a military, in a space, in a backup power and a transportation. The main advantage is the wide range of stable material allow for the lower cost component. Here, the operating range is lower temperature and the quick startup. Some challenges like the sensitive to the carbon dioxide gases in fuel and air. Here, electrolyte management and electrolyte conductivity. This is main challenges for the alkaline fuel cell. And our third fuel cell technologies is solid oxide SOFC. Here, Vitra stabilized glycerol is the common type of electrolyte and operating temperature between the 500 degrees Celsius to 1000 degrees Celsius, and the typical size is 1 kilowatt to 2 megawatt. The application is auxiliary power, electrical utility, distributed generation, and main advantage is high efficiency, fuel flexibility, solid electrolyte, suitable for the CHP, hybrid gas turbine cycles. And here some challenges like high temperature corrosion and breakdown of cell components, here long startup time, limited number of shutdowns. This is the main challenges for the solid oxide. Next is the challenges and the research direction for the fuel cell. Here main two challenges. First is the reducing the cost, second is the improving the durability are the two most challenges to the fuel cell for the commercialization. Your fuel cell system must be cost competitive with and perform as well as or better than traditional power technology over the life of the system. Here, ongoing research is focused on the identifying and developing the new materials that will be reduce the cost and extend the life of the fuel cell stack component, including the membrane, catalyst, bipolar plates, and membrane electrode assembly. Low cost and high volume manufacturing process will also help to make fuel cell system cost competitive with our traditional technology. The fuel cell technology nowadays are growing by the help of research. Thank you.